Yeah, that's getting to be a little bit annoying. Hey guys, welcome back. Last week we started getting some things put in place in the cab, and that's where we're going to pick back up here today. One of the main things I want to try and do is get the parking brake squared away, and then just try and figure out some mounting locations for some of the other sensors and whatnot. So let's get started. With taking a look at this bracket, it appears that it needs to be with these two bolts on this side pretty well straight up and down, and then this one just kind of straight out there from it. Seems pretty straightforward with the mounting of it. I'm going to try and get it right there. I think I can just go and get this one mounted just right here off the A-pillar with a tab, get another one coming right off of the cow here, and then get the last one just right here. The bolting up of it all seems pretty straightforward. However, the running of the cable is a different story altogether. Since this is a completely different shape than what the car was, I'm going to have to drill a hole through the new floor pan here and figure out how to run that and make it still reach up to this point right here of that. So that's the biggest challenge that I see with getting this remounted here. So alright, first issue of many that I'm assuming we're going to come across. I went ahead and fished this cable up through to this side of the firewall. Went ahead and got the fender and inner fender flare out of the way just so that I've got a little bit of room here to see what's happening. Right here is the seam where this front cab corner mount plate that I put on there is now in the way. We're going to have to go through it and through the front floor pan in order to get this cable into it. I don't know exactly where that's going to be, so I think probably the best bet is to go ahead and try and get the assembly mounted first and then kind of work backwards as to where this hole needs to be. Mounting that went pretty well. It was pretty straightforward. I just ran a piece of flat iron from the A-pillar to the firewall, drilled the two holes in there, got the one in the bottom there, and that gives that plenty of room, and that works just the way that that should. Now that I know where that's going to be mounted at, I can get a better idea of where this cable comes down. This is the mounting location for the cable sleeve, so I just need to be below this and kind of towards the tunnel. So where that ends up putting me is right behind that cab corner. I think I'm going to go ahead and just drill a hole that's a little bigger than what I need with a hole saw right there, and that should give me enough room to feed it through the inside of that cab mount and then pop it up through that hole. And then we can always put a grommet around that hole to go ahead and seal it off from any type of water or road debris. Got this hole drilled right here. There's not much room right there between the front sheet there and the floor pan, So I had to flare this up just a hair, maybe like a 1/16 of an inch, in order to get enough clearance to get the cable to pop up through there for it. I'm actually not too worried about any kind of weather or anything getting through it now because of the way that that does sit. We'll probably still put something over it, some Dynamat or something like that, but I'm not going to get too crazy with worrying about water coming in there. We'll go ahead and put it together now. Well, with everything hooked back up, that turned out pretty good. That was a lot more challenging than what I had anticipated that being. I thought that would just be, hey, put a bracket there, bolt it up. Getting the wire ran was really the biggest thing, but that doesn't look too bad. Run right through the floor there. You know, it functions pretty well right there, so I'm pleased with how that all turned out. So I think that's going to do it for today. There was some more stuff that I wanted to try and get accomplished today with getting it mounted, but with taking a look into what all that entails, that's something I'm not quite to the point to do yet. So that's going to call it a wrap for today. Next time I think I'm going to move on to try and start some of the body repair and go from there. So like always, thanks for watching the video. Hit that thumbs up for me, and we'll see you next time.